When speaking about an aviation legend, the queen of the skies, Boeing 747, is the first to come to mind. In today's video, we'll speak about 10 interesting facts about Boeing 747. From London to Sydney. A lot of times when speaking about huge planes, we never really expect them to fly for long hours without any stops. However, Qantas Airline had a flight which flew from London to Sydney non-stop, which was a 20-hour flight. It was also done in the past, in 1989. A 747-400 completed a 20-hour flight as well. 2 full-length decks. When speaking about 2 decks, we think about Airbus A380. But did you know that Boeing thought of it too? Joe Sutter, the designer of Boeing 747, initially had the idea and was hoping to create an aircraft with 2 decks, just like the A380 that's flying today. It was ready to be implemented, but 2 reasons stopped it from getting manufactured. One of the reasons was the lower ceiling heights of each deck would have had made the cargo less useful. Reason number 2 is the manufacturing of 2 decks did not succeed in the 90 seconds evacuation when testing the plane. Fastest commercial plane. A lot of discussions come up when speaking about Boeing 787 and Airbus A350, which in fact are making traveling better for passengers in terms of reduced noise, better cabin pressure, and fuel efficiency. However, when we speak about speed, there's no match for the queen, Boeing 747. It's rated as the fastest commercial plane. It's reached a top speed of 650 miles per hour. It set a record when it took a flight from New York to London in under 5 hours. Over 1,000 passengers on a single flight. Can you imagine 1,000 people on a single flight? Well, 747 made it come true in 1991, when it actually carried 1,088 on flight. Passengers are closer to the front. Sitting in the front of a Boeing 747 shall be a bucket list experience. Passengers actually get to sit in the front of the plane. When flying in a Boeing 747, passengers can either sit in the upstairs cabin or downstairs. Sitting downstairs actually means that the passengers are sitting lower and closer to the front of the plane than the pilots. Passengers will have incredible view during takeoff and landing. 2 Air Forces. Air Force One is a very famous Boeing 747 plane. It's actually a global symbol for Boeing. This plane's highly customized and very secretive. There's 2 of them. This plane can be used as a decoy and the other one can be used as a backup. It's also used for transporting the president. 3.5 billion people. Boeing 747 has been around for a while now. With the population of the world being 7.53 billion, roughly half of the planet's definitely flown on a 747. Keep in mind, this plane existed since the Golden Age. Upper deck. Boeing 747 is the most used passenger plane in the world. You could probably see it everywhere around the world. Well, some people might think that the upper deck on the 747 is tiny, but surprisingly, it's actually the size of an entire Boeing 737. Largest building. Boeing Building in Everett, USA is rated as the world's largest building, with a volume of over 13 million. It's massive, having its own weather systems inside and clouds form inside the building as well. Fun fact, Boeing 747 was the reason for this huge building to be built. Airlines. There's a total of 12 airlines flying Boeing 747 today. However, Air China, Lufthansa, and Korean will be the last airlines to fly the plane, because they're the only customers for the newer version, Boeing 747-8. This is the end of today's video. Which of these facts did you find the most interesting? Share with us in the comments section below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn the post notifications on to receive the latest from us. See you in the next video.